Hello, Scorpio. I am the Awakened Dreamer, and I'm here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of January 2021 to start off this new year. And I do want to take this moment to remind you to head on down below and like this video and leave me a comment. I want to hear all about your specific situation. And if you haven't yet, do hit that subscribe button for me, as well as that little notification bell. Now, I meditated on your energy overall for the month, of course, in regards to the subject. And the message that came through was a much needed change in luck. A much needed change in luck. So let's get started. Alrighty, let's first do some shuffling so we can pull a couple messages from the Energy Oracle deck. And as I shuffle, it is good to be aware of, if you're brand new to this channel, that I do, when shuffling, take typically flyer or jumper cards. And when guided to, I take from the bottom and top of the deck. Just good to be aware of. And this is a general reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So do what you can to apply it to your individual situation. And because it's general, once again, take what resonates and do leave what doesn't for somebody else. And even when this resonates, make sure to check out the readings for your moon and rising sign as well, not just your sun sign, because you never know. Each sign speaks to a different aspect of ourselves or different aspects of ourselves. So you never know if there are other messages waiting for you. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have to begin this monthly money and career read for our lovely Scorpios? January 2021. Thank you, Spirit. For Scorpio, thank you, Spirit. Money and career. I want this one. I think that will be good. All right, so we're starting off with, first, let's see what we have. Man holding a coin was the first one out. Let's not forget that, for the most part, gender is quite irrelevant in tarot, so male or female, regardless, it feels like this is coming through as you sort of just sitting there thinking about your money, thinking about your finances, planning for the future financially, thinking about your financial goals, to say the least. Interesting. And then we have indecision. And so it feels like you are gonna have to make a lot of important choices throughout this month to start the new year in regards to your career, in regards to your financial situation moving forward. I mean, yes, of course, all of which is tied together somehow, but it does feel like, so don't be surprised if you struggle to decide on what's right for you at the end of the day. I do feel like it'll help to quiet outside voices and opinions in order to simplify finding the answer as to what you truly want deep down, because you have the answers within you. And then we're moving on to Magician and the Mirror. This is all about manifesting, my friend. Manifesting, it feels like things have been a bit of a struggle recently. Maybe, you know, in 2020 in general, or at the very least towards the end of the year, when it comes to trying to save and accomplish certain financial goals, maybe even certain goals you have within your career in itself. But you've been manifesting without even realizing, I feel, for a lot of you, a change of luck. Like the overall message says, you're changing your own situation by manifesting. Make sure you're believing it 1000% and start moving towards it. Taking those first few steps, and without you even fully realizing it, Spirit in the universe will work out a few details in the background in order to help you sort of see things fall into place as they should, as you're manifesting and co-creating with Spirit. It's a hefty message, but a nice one. And then door to personal healing and happiness. Like many of the other signs, you have been through a lot when it comes to your financial situation and, you know, within your career, you know, the jobs you've had to work, the stuff you've dealt with. And so you've got a lot of healing to do moving into the new year in order to take advantage of all of the success you have ahead of you. You know, but remember, there is healing and happiness, like it says, on the other side of this of this task, if you will. We all have to go through healing, you know, at times, but it's, again, it's so you can take advantage of all the success you have ahead of you. Rest and rejuvenation. It does feel like as your luck starts to change and you get kind of excited about how things are switching up in the positive direction for you, you may be at risk of burning yourself out. So just, you know, meditate, allow yourself to listen to your body, rest when need be. We don't need you burning yourself out because you do have a lot to achieve moving forward. It's about working smarter, not harder. Let's continue by doing some shuffling so we can pull 6 tarot cards for the month. A simple 6-card spread, if you will. 1 shuffled down. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have for our lovely Scorpios to continue this monthly money and career read for January 2021? Thank you, Spirit. Well, that was interesting. Keep them coming for our lovely Scorpios. Bear with me. The emotions were running away from you, from us, the Moon card. All right, keep them coming for... It fell on the floor, basically. Interesting. We're going to pull the last 2 from the top of the deck. Interesting energy. So we're starting off the month in the spread with the Knight of Swords. You start off the month, you know, feeling quite indecisive because it is side by side with this indecision card, but you're feeling motivated to just run after what you want, go after your goals, after your own version of success when it comes to your career, those financial goals as well, of course. And I feel like potentially at the end of 2020, you might have gotten this a spark or a taste of this change of luck, if you will, that's in the air for you. And so it does feel like that starts you off on the right off the bat to begin the month in the new year, wanting to charge after your goals and dreams. And that's exactly where Spirit and the universe wanted you to be right at the beginning of this month and new year. And it's, once again, you sort of feeling a bit indecisive, but at the same time feeling quite motivated. So it's just, you're feeling torn. But I do feel like even though you're a bit indecisive, you sort of will charge forward either way because you're so excited. And then we have the Moon card to move right along. So this was the card that fell to the ground. You make your way to the middle of the first half of the month and some emotions may resurface in regards to what you have gone through in the past when it comes to your financial situation and the jobs you've worked. It may simply be that you're overwhelmed with all that you are deciding with what you're trying to tackle and achieve. There's a need for you to balance things out at this time, my friend. Simplify things for yourself. Take a step back, clear your mind however you can. Meditation will definitely come in handy. You might feel like you have so much work to accomplish with whatever you're working towards when it comes to your business, project, hobby, job. You might feel like at times you're drowning in that work. But do you feel like at the end of the day, you kind of do allow or put that sort of workload on your own plate? Maybe at times out of a need for a distraction. Interesting. I mean, you're not the only one who does it if that is the case. But it does feel like there is some emotions you need to cope with and deal with at this point. But we're moving on to the Magician card to wrap up the first half of the spread and month. And so you wrap up the first half of the month manifesting. It's something happens. It feels like spirit in the universe comes through and uplifts you a bit, gets you out of your head, allows you to sort of maybe drop a project or a client, something to help you lighten your load or make you feel a little bit less emotional, which leaves you in a better mindset and spot to manifest all that you desire. I mean, the fact that we have the Magician card coming out twice in this reading, it's a month for you, my friend, to manifest all that you desire when it comes to that financial comfort and the success you see for yourself in your career. So it's about deciding what you truly want to achieve at the end of the day, knowing and being reminded by spirit in the universe that possibilities are endless, and just letting go of any worries or fears or doubts. And once again, manifesting and co-creating with your guides. It does feel like a very peaceful end to the first half of the month after this kind of excitement in the beginning. Feels like you get that energy out of the way. But then we're moving on to the Page of Cups. And so you start the second half of the month feeling a bit spacey. It might be hard to focus at this point when it comes to your work, whatever you do for work. You may also feel like you're kind of glowing differently though. People will be noticing you. Might feel like you're in the spotlight, which isn't quite ideal for someone who isn't mentally kind of present, when you're feeling like you're in your own world or just drifting off to other worlds. Being aligned with the Knight of Swords, I do feel like you're thinking back to the beginning of the month at times. You're daydreaming about having unlimited resources and energy to just sort of go after what you want when you want to accomplish all of your dreams and goals. But Spirit in the universe is saying you will and you can. But you need to not burn yourself out at the end of the day and work smarter, once again, not harder, and co-create with spirit. It'll help you lighten your load a little bit. It'll make the process that much easier. You don't need to do it alone, is how it's coming through. And it's side by side with this rest and rejuvenation right after what we were just talking about. Allow yourself the time to rest and revive. Get back to your most successful, productive self. Because you don't want to end up being, once again, burnt out to the point where you can't do anything moving forward. And I mean, I'm feeling like these two guys look very similar. Very, very interesting. We're moving right along to the Page of Wands. And so it's interesting that before I said you kind of got that spurt of energy and excitement out of the way to start off the month, because this is the anxious card, as I call it. And I do feel like you did actually get that energy out of the way and you dealt with it, but you sort of start to stress about the future here a little bit, about where things are heading, how things are unraveling, potentially even stressing over your bank account, your money that you have moving forward, worrying about bills. And they're saying there's no need to stress. It's aligned with this Moon card, and it's, again, some of these unresolved fears and doubts and emotions that need to resurface so you can deal with them, cope with them, and move forward. And, if they do kind of pop back up in the future, you have better coping mechanisms in order to help you better deal with it. So we are moving on to the Eight of Swords. So you finish off the month doing some reflecting, looking at yourself and your whole career situation in the mirror, asking yourself, what is holding me back at this point? What's making me feel tied down or restricted? Who is making me feel like I can't accomplish everything that I desire? When at the end of the day, you've been reminded by being aligned with the Magician card that, again, possibilities are endless, that you can co-create and manifest anything you desire in this reality. But I do feel like there are definitely situations in your life, or maybe a situation, potentially a job, or one person, maybe even a group of people, that somehow you adjust your mindset into a negative, less optimistic, into a less optimistic direction, or they simply they don't put you in a position to successfully manifest, is how it's coming out. Sorry, that was a struggle, but I do feel like you will be sort of reflecting to kind of jump into maybe a Queen of Swords mindset to start February. Thinking about who and what needs to go so you can just kind of be able to manifest and do what you need to do moving forward. Not letting anybody or anything get in the way of your success as your luck starts to change. Let's continue by doing some shuffling and pulling a couple messages from the Soul's Journey deck. Thank you, Spirit, for our lovely Scorpios. And you might feel torn at times about what to do. Keep them coming. For Scorpio. That was very interesting. And some of that anxiety coming through. The feeling torn, feeling like you have to make a lot of decisions for your future this month. Feeling kind of on edge. You need to center yourself, ground yourself. So you don't let certain situations or any overwhelming pressures get the best of you. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yep. And so it does feel like there are certain people you work with or you will deal with in regards connected to your finances somehow, where you realize you can't expect them to be honest. I mean, you should be able to, right? But you can really, at the end of the day, the message is you can only control yourself and your habits and improve oneself. You can't control other people and situations. So just don't feel like you can. And then gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. Yeah, and so it feels like as you go through a month of change and manifesting and decisions and reflection, you are feeling quite grateful at the end of the month for all that you've been through, the good and the bad, leading you to where you are, making you a stronger, wiser individual at the end of the day who can sort of tackle any obstacles in your career and finances moving forward. And then patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Absolutely. Have patience, my friend. Everything will work out. And I mean, the fact that you're getting these tastes of your luck changing, there's no need to stress. Let's finish off this beautiful reading by pulling a couple messages from the Small Star Seeds deck. That was quite easy. All right, let's read these to finish it off. We have channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Absolutely. And then we have signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. So pay attention, proving to you and showing you that your luck is once again changing for the better. And on a final note, blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. Beautiful. Now, with that said and done, once again, don't forget to head on down below and like this video and leave me a comment. I want to hear all about your situation. And of course, if you haven't yet, do hit that subscribe button for me. And I hope this reading was truly helpful. Hope you have the most amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.